What's cracking with it? Your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros. You tuning in to Sev Lokes Hood Tales. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the interactions. Mile high salute to the riders. Before I start this video, let me make this clear. I am no way means promoting the gang culture or the gang life to anybody. I'm just sharing a testimony and sharing life experiences. And in the process, hopefully, I can reach somebody that may be going down the wrong road. So that with that being said, let's get to this video. And in this video comes from the comment section from the homie Dedrick T from Texas. Mile high salute to you, my homie. You've been showing my channel love for a long time, and you always come respectfully. And in your request, you wanted to know if there was ever a compound prison yard that I hit where the Bloods was just super tripping on me. And you know where I'm from, so you was asking me being a Chicano, Spanish, Crip, and being from the Keyways, how did that go and how did I react to it? So let's start out like this, man. Every prison yard that I ever been to, I know somebody on the yard knows my family. My family got a good name, well respected, fools in my family that been in prison. So when I hit the yard, usually somebody automatically already knows that I'm hitting the yard because of the Cisneros and Garcias. And, there's always open arms, like, you good, you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I know your family, I know your dad, good name, well respected last name. And so in that sense, there's always somebody that's showing love. But when it comes to the politic aspect, even them individuals can't really intervene in that. So domino effect, you got to handle your business, bro. And, me being who I was, I had a lot of baggage from the streets. So, yeah, there's always scenarios in prison where I rode up and off top I had face sessions coming because there's somebody that I used to beef with and this and that. But also with me, I always know some lokes from the east side, OG fools, or I always tap in because I stay who I am, or I know them from the hood. And, they ain't going to let me get coastered or jumped. They usually be like, oh, the homie's here. He's a knucklehead. Handle your business. Fade session. So they line it up. And I'm going to be 100, to be honest. After that's out the way, I never really had, consistent situations with Bloods. It was always other Crips, because the Crips on the yard, every yard I've been to, were the ones that were hella active. A lot of times, just from my observing, the Bloods were more about money, and they weren't really all crazy with it. Now, you get Crips, on facilities, and they're deep. They always are on the raw active stuff. Every yard I've been to, it always seemed that, with how many lokes are from different areas, Crips were always deep. Every facility I've been to. So with that being said, they were never going to let me get jumped. They were never going to let, the aspect go down where anything happened. But with the lokes, I actually done had riots with other Crips and went to the hole, and it seemed like it was a lot of Crip on Crip, warfare. That's who I had problems. I fought a lot of Crips, but let me tell you a story about Ben County Correctional Facility, right? I went to Phoenix Center and I was only there for 2 weeks. They come pick me up from Adams County. And I didn't even know where I was going. And then they said, we're taking you to Ben County Correctional Facility. I really never heard of it. They said it's a private prison. So I'm like, it's cool. This is going to be cool. Private. It's kind of different than the other prisons I've been to. So you pull up to Ben County, you go in the doors off the bus, and they got this hall where you come in. And somebody had told me my little direct little homie, Baby Sev, was up there. So I'm trying to foods that I see. I'm like, hey, homie, is there some food name? I said his government name. He ain't the direct little homie no more. I don't really have relations with him no more. He turned out weird, but they were like, yeah, he's here. He go by Little Ace. He goes by Baby Sev. I said, yeah. He's like, they're like, he's in unit. I think he's in unit 7. So I was like, where's that at? They're like, it's on this side in unit 7. The difference between the west side and the east side, 7 and 8, they were like big Thunderdomes, these super big Thunderdomes. I think the east side had 6, 5, and they were like smaller units. But anyways, when you get there, you go by laundry, and then you go down this long hall to medical. Medical's on the right before you hit them doors going to 7 and 8. Medical's kind of by the chow hall. And you go in there, and there was about 20 of us. And when you're in there, sometimes when you're a new arrival, fools will come in there and they'll see where fools are from, see if they're homies, if there's any new homies of their car rolling up. So we're sitting in there, and I remember a Mexican Chicano blood fool. He comes in there and he starts asking fools where they're from, where there's this black blood, and they get to talking. And I'm kind of just listening. I'm kind of just seeing what the temperature is. And he's like, yeah, we're deep on this yard, wooty woo blood, And then he asks me, and I stay where I'm from. And he kind of gives me a sideway look. And he's like, bet. And he leaves. So then the guards come and get us. And I was like, where are we going? And they're like, you're going to unit 7. Well, I remembered they said that the homie was in 7. So I was happy. You go down this, and in Bend County, when you go from the chow hall to the unit, it's a long sidewalk, and it goes for a distance, and the yard's right here. So we're walking, and then we come to unit 7, and it's the Thunderdome. It's these big units, and there's one big unit on this side, middle, and the side that they send me, and it's like 7A, B, C. And like I said, these units are huge. They got 2 tiers, and it's just a gang of people. While I unpack, fools are just looking at me all crazy. And then I look on the tier and I say, hey, homie, is there somebody wooty woo by this name? Yeah, he's at the poker table. Sure enough, it was the little homie at the time. So I got happy, and I walked up on him, and I said, what's up? And he looked at me, and he's like, what up, big homie? He was all happy. I said, come chop it up real quick. So he got off the poker table. We go up to his cell. His cell's on the top tier. I'm over here on the top tier, and we're chopping it up. I said, give me some coffee. We make some coffee. We get to chopping it up. 20, 30 minutes into being in the unit, this fool comes up, and he's like, hey, homie, I'm Wooty Woo from KCB. He's like, this is your little homie. He wasn't banging before you pulled up. And I said, well, I'm banging. And when I said that, there was some black fools from Rome 60s right here. So the KCB fool, he seen it, and he's like, it's all good, but his demeanor was still aggressive. So he left, and then I went to dinner that night, bro, and when I went to dinner, I seen that fool, KCB fool, I seen that fool walk out and meet some of the other bloods, Chicano bloods from the other unit 8, and they got to talking, and they're looking. Long story short, bro, these fools, they were more worried about me being on the yard than anything. They started making it obvious that they had a problem. Plus, this fool said that I had banged on him. So now they're tripping. Well, it was about 2 days after that. I'm coming back from dinner, and these fools are going to dinner, and we cross paths. Well, this fool starts calling his homie, and he's like, hey, blood. But he says it loud, and I take it as disrespect. I go back to the unit. The homie could tell that I was pissed. He's like, what's up, big homie? I said, hey, stay here. I'm going to go see what these fools' temperature on. So I waited, and I seen off in the distance, I could see them coming. So I got out, and I walked back towards the chow. And when we got across, I banged on these fools. Like, what's up, cuz? Where you from? Whoopty whoop. This is KCB, homie. You know what I'm saying? This is how we stay. I said, well, don't state that in front of me. Them 60 fools, Bonehead and this fool Floyd, they're walking up, and they like, oh, this fool's a loke. They heard me bang on him. So they're like, you good, cuz? Well, the Chicano bloods, they thought we were going to jump him. They thought I knew these black fools. They thought we were going to jump him. I said, oh, bro. So they walk off. I tell the homie, how do you get to the other unit? I go to A, bro, because I didn't want to make it seem like I knew these fools and we were gonna jump them. I go in there and I sneak into Unit A, and I was like, "Where's the fool Demon?" That's what I heard his name is. They're like, he lives up there. So I went up to Demons and I was like, "What's up, homie?" And he's like, "What up?" He's like, "I'm OG Demon from Bloods." I said, "That's what's up. I'm Whoop De Whoop. This is who I am from where I'm from, you know." And he's like, "Hey, bro, it's not." I said, "We could set it off on some gangbang stuff, or we could be cool." So, anyways, bro, he's like, "Nah, we're just doing our time." Um, they wanted to press the issue, but they couldn't, and that's how it always went. But you're always going to have somebody that pumps out their chest, and there's always going to be situations. But like I said, my whole stay, it was more of the lokes that I got into it, just because the lokes was just running amok in the prison systems. That's just how they are. It was not really a lot of bloods that I got into it, on the prison yard. Like, they were all about bread and stuff. But that's my story, man. You know what it is. Let's go.